welcome back to the channel, guys. It's the Farmsim guy here. If you remember, at the end of the last episode we were about to start mowing the far field and getting it ready for baling, so without further ado I think we should just jump straight into it. Okay, we have done some nice big headlands here, so I am going to risk hiring a helper again and seeing what happens. He's gone off at a slight angle there, but I do believe it looks like he will attempt to do a decent job covering off the whole field from there. We shall soon see. See where he drops this and the angle he goes at. Now if he goes in well here, I'm going to feel pretty comfortable. Yep, he's just going to miss that corner, but that's fine. I can live with that. Just watch him one more time, just to make sure he doesn't get caught on that post. I was worried for a second he might there. That tree may be a bit of an issue further down, but we'll see. But it looks like he's got himself a bit of a rhythm there. So, if he can be trusted to finish this field, I will go and ship my last load of bales. Now annoyingly there, I didn't really think, and I didn't give those bales long enough to turn to silage, so I only managed 12 grand there instead of the 20 I was expecting, which is a bit frustrating, but my own stupid fault. I should really pay attention. But you know, you live and you learn. Let's put that behind us and move on. Now, I've had a little bit of a change of heart. I was going to leave this as a grass field here, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to drill it. I'm going to drill it. Pop some oats in it. I'm going to drill it. Switch our seed to oats there. Okay, that's the drill refilled with fertilizer and seed. Just gonna squeeze through this little tiny gate here, not clattering this off the posts if we can avoid it. Along this path. Tell you what, even if I could afford bigger kit, I'm not sure I could get it through the gates of some of these fields. Anyway, let's pop in here. Turn on the sower, lower it, and let's quickly get our first field of oats in the ground. Now I will do this one by hand because I actually quite enjoy seeding and I haven't had the chance to do it yet, so drop this again onto a little time lapse and hopefully by the time this is done our grass field over there will be ready for beg your pardon, windrowing, and we can get the baler up and running again. And I think we'll get ourselves up over £100,000 for the day in the bank, which is not bad as we started with 40. That is not a bad return on our investment of time over the last 24 hours. And interestingly, I'm going to wait and see what our outgoings are at the end of the day, and that'll give us an idea of the sort of money that we need to ensure we cover off on a daily basis to pay for cost of the machinery, building and upkeep, things like that. So I shall crack on with this and we'll be back shortly. There we go, another field done. That's our first field of oats in now as well. And we are achieving what I set out to do when I bought these 3 fields, and that was to get some crops in the ground and really bolster our income. Now, I'm slightly concerned, I'm relatively low, I think, on seed, so let's get this back down this horrible narrow path. I'll straight line it, look at that. Let's fill this up again. But I do think I'll need to head to the shop whilst things are going on so I can get some more seed. So let's get this filled up. Get it into position at least. Oh no, maybe not. Maybe it's going to be alright. Maybe there's enough in that. Well, what we'll do, there's a little bit of seed still in there. I may do it anyway. The wheat is germinated. Look at that. That's great to see. Even though I've got destroy plants turned off, I'm still going to be respectful of the field. And my helper says he's finished over there. As you can clearly see, he has not. But the majority of the field has been done, so I'll take that, to be honest. I will just finish off this last corner. Go and get the windrower. And get this last batch of bales gathered up. But, as we've just learnt, not taken straight to the bale sale point because they need to turn into silage. We just end up selling grass bales for way less. So let them ferment properly into silage, and we will sell them when we can. So it may be we don't make 100,000, or we don't go over 100,000 in the bank today. We might need to wait till tomorrow and just make sure that we've given the bales enough time to ferment. But what this does do for me, which pleases me slightly, is it gives us a decent float in the bank. It means I don't have to worry so much about how I'm going to fund a combine harvester. I can certainly get the rent paid for one of those for a season. which is good. Maybe even get a slightly bigger one that can cut faster. Can fund a bit more equipment as well. So we will decide what we're going to do next. Things are moving on pretty quick on the farm here. Again, some decisions to be made as to what to do next. I've got a bit of a plan in my head which I'm not going to share with you just yet because I think it's a bit too premature. I need to decide how things are going, but it's a bit of a question as to, well, what's next? But for now, let's keep farming the fields. It's 5 PM, so we're coming up towards the end of the day. Okay, here's my plan here. I am going to shut this gate. There we go. I'm going to run around this counterclockwise once, make sure I've caught the edge of the field, and then I am going to attempt to put a worker on it again. Because I firmly believe they are capable of doing it. I want them to prove me right. But the reality is, they probably won't. A little glitch in the field there. Doesn't allow me access. So, yes, as you can see, we're uncovering the edge of the actual edge of the field here. So, that will help us identify where the problem is, stop it running into any gate posts and trees and fence posts. So we'll go around once and then we will set our we'll set our little worker to work on it and see how far he gets. We'll see how quickly he gets stuck. The eternal optimist that it'll work. But we've not had much luck so far, have we? So hopefully this is where our tide changes and he completes a full field without us having to go and tidy anything up at the end of it. We shall see. And I'm going to try and run the baler at the same time for speed. Get this field finished before it goes dark. So let's try courseplay again. We're doing some field work. Let's create a course. Field 53. I'm going to go around the headline. I'm going to go around 5 times. I'm going to go anti-clockwise. Generate the field course. And I'm just going to see what happens. Right. Looking okay so far. And before I go in with the baler, I am going to go and get some more seed, because I do think we're going to need it. And even if we don't use it, it's going to be there for future fields or new fields when we buy them. So for now, he's looking good. So I'm going to leave him to, I'm just going to watch this corner. Hopefully I'll gather up that stuff that's there, or I might need to do I might need to do 2 passes around there, but That's fine. It is what it is. Okay, he's working away fine. Let's jump in the fent. Let's go and get some more seed. I've emptied out that trailer. I've left the 2 big bags over there in the field, which is not a bad place actually for refilling them. And I am going to nip to the shop now, quickly. I do actually have a big bag of fertilizer and a big bag of seed still at the shop. So we'll go and pick those up, bring them back. Hopefully by that time our tedder is nearly finished. And we can jump in the baler, get it baled. And potentially, dare I say, could we even seed that field before the end of the day? Let's see how we get on with that telegraph pole there. Yeah, let's see how we get on. I'm not too concerned if we don't get it done today, because we can do that tomorrow. But for now, let's go and pick up this stuff. Okay, I just took the chance there to customise that a little bit. I actually think this is going to be more beneficial to us as a flatbed than it was with the sides on it. So, just for shifting stuff about, what we came for, let's head back up to the farm, drop this off, jump in the baler. I shall rattle down with the trailer here. I'm actually going to pick up the other seed and the other fertilizer bag that are down here that I dropped off, and I may run them into the next field next to the drill, although the drill is full. Drop that there. Let's go and grab the baler. Right, well, he still works on the windrowing there. And it looks like he's got some rather nice piles laid out for us here. I am going to fire up the baler here. And we're going to get this done. See how much of this we can get done tonight. I'm not going to keep doing it in the dark, so we will call it a day when it gets too dark to work. I may leave the helper going if he's doing well. But we'll get this done, and then we will see what tomorrow brings. But in the meantime, I'll throw this on another little time lapse, and we'll get some work done. just stop what we're doing there and shift this guy out of the way. For the first time, I think Courseplay did what it was supposed to, with no interruptions or issues, which is nice. I think it's just a case of getting it set up in a sensible way before you let it do its thing, and it will happily run along. But we are done, I think. I am quite happy saying that is the last bit of silaging, last bit of mowing that we are going to be doing for a bit. I'm sure there's a relief from you guys as well. You've spent the past 5 episodes watching me cut grass, so hopefully this is the start of some new and interesting episodes and parts of the series. So I'm going to drop this back at the farm and go and finish that field of baling, and I think then it will be time to call it a night, and we'll come back tomorrow, gather the bales up and sow that field. Go. It's a pretty decent crop of bales. Let's count them up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. Yeah, I'll take that. That's not a bad haul. Know what I am going to do. Lesson learned. Although they do say silage on them already, I am going to leave them. Just going to let them ferment a little overnight. Equally what I am going to do as well, I'm going to say goodbye to this baler. It's been a good friend, but the whole round bale thing, man, rolling off down hills, kinda does my head in, not gonna lie. So I think what we will do is trade this in. When I say trade it in, it's loaned, so we'll hand it back, so it's not costing us money. And we'll hand it back and get ourselves a square baler for the harvest season. Although that said, I've got these 2 fields up here still. I may do those tomorrow. So there we go. It's coming up to the end of the day. I think we've done a good day's work today, so I think it's time for a little bit of shut-eye.